Hello, today we are going to show you how to export your output windows from SPSS into a different format for any use that you may have. So to do so, we have already an SPSS output open here. These are the tables in the output, the results. Suppose you are analyzing anything and you finish your analysis, but you want to export the content of this window either to send to a colleague or to your boss or to a friend or to save somewhere else in your computer that's not necessarily an output format or SPSS format. The way you do that, you can export single tables or you can export the whole output page. If you want to export the whole output page while nothing is selected, you can do it this way. You click File and you scroll down to Export, and you have the option to export either in Excel format. You can export in an Excel format. You can change it into a PDF. You can export into PowerPoint. Me, I like to export into Excel because it keeps my tables intact. Whereas when you do PDF, sometimes it cuts your tables, put parts of the table in another page, and it's a mess. So my preference is to export in Excel document, and then from there I can do whatever I want with those tables. Now, suppose you want to export it everything in Excel. You browse where you want to export it. Like, suppose I want to export it to my documents. I select my documents and I'm gonna choose a place where I want to export it. I want to export it in the folder called Florence here. I click on this folder, and as I'm there, I'm giving the document a name. Let's say I want to call it output output November 2020. That's the name I decide to give it, and hit save. Now it's gonna put it in the folder called Florence Output 2020. I'm done. I click OK, and it's exporting everything into that folder. That's the first way to export. There is a second way you can export. Suppose I don't want to export the statistics table. I want to export only gender or only marital status. So I can only highlight marital status, right click on it and do export. If I do it like that, it will export only the marital status table. I'm giving it a name. I already know I want to keep it in the Florence folder. I'm giving it a name. Let me just call this marital status. And I'm leaving it in that folder. So I hit OK. It will just export marital status. Now, if you want to export more than one table, what you do, you select the first table you want to export, and then you press control, and you select the second table you want to export. So it will just keep what you selected. Now, another way you can choose to select which table you want to export is on the left here. You see you have the same information on the left. You can select them straight here. I'm selecting gender. That's the first table. You see here as I click, the table gender is highlighted. And suppose I want to export also marital status. I press on control and marital status. That way it selects both. And you see they are both highlighted here and they are both highlighted here as well. And once I do that, I can go here, File, Export, and give it a name. I'm gonna call this Gender Marital Status. So we can differentiate them and click OK. And it's exporting only those two tables, gender, marital status. Now I'm done with the export exercise. Let's see where they are, if they were really saved in those locations. I told you it was from the from my document. I had a folder called Florence, and these are the export I just did. The first export had everything. Let me open it for you. When I double click on it, it opened the first folder, the first file. Everything is there. This is all the tables that I wanted to export. The second table I wanted to export was only marital status. If you click on it, it opens marital status for you. This is the only table I selected to open. And you can do the other, you can see the other one as well, where I selected gender and marital status together and drop all the others. Here we go, gender and marital status. So this is in a nutshell how to export your output from SPSS to Excel or PDF or PowerPoint for later use. I hope this video has been helpful in helping you export your output for any reason you would have to do that. Thank you. See you next time for another tip on SPSS. Bye-bye.